Hello guys, I hope you are doing well. It's once more the professor, and today in this video I want to talk about how the sanctions that have been given to Russia is affecting us here living in Russia. How do the sanctions that have been applied to Russia is affecting maybe a student who is studying in Russia? Because for those who don't know, Russia has been sanctioned with like 22,000 sanctions and more in the different industries, whether be the aviation sphere, uh, the internet. In fact, there are a lot of different websites that is not available for someone who is living in Russia, who has his IP address here in Russia. So I think the first thing that I'm going to talk about is how do we survive with this sanction. So for the different websites that have been kept here in Russia, some I want to mention first that some websites have been sanctioned by the owner of the website, meaning some companies have sanctioned Russia. Some companies has sanctioned people living in Russia to have access to their product, meaning to have access to their applications. And there are some other companies that Russia has sanctioned so that people living in Russia cannot have access to that application. For example, YouTube was not YouTube is not available in Russia. YouTube is not has been sanctioned, but it was not by YouTube. YouTube did not sanction, did not cut Russia from using YouTube. It's the Russian government that has cut YouTube in Russia. So it's not YouTube that has sanctioned Russia. It is Russia that has sanctioned YouTube from using YouTube in Russia. And this is where people get a lot of things confused, because they think that maybe YouTube cut themselves out of Russia. No, it is Russia that has sanctioned YouTube, and they did that with a lot of different apps. WhatsApp, the same thing. Facebook, the same thing. A lot of different apps were sanctioned by the Russian government, so they have their method to sanction this different company from being used in Russia. So how do you work with these different apps? For example, WhatsApp, everybody uses WhatsApp. If it is sanctioned here, it will not be possible to use it. So a lot of people use VPN here in Russia, use VPN to be able to use these different applications that have been sanctioned, that has been cut out of Russia by the Russian government. So if we're going to talk about why the Russian government did it, I think they did it because they received sanctions. So they also want to sanction these different applications so that the money that's in Russia should stay in Russia. For example, the YouTube ads, YouTube ads, it will not be YouTube ads. It will not be possible to target someone in Russia because he will not be able to pay. Facebook ads, the same thing. So how do you survive this sanction? We use VPN to use these different applications. Even me, those who are in my WhatsApp group, we use VPN to be able to use these different apps to be able to navigate everything. And they are even sanctioning some VPNs. They have started sanctioning some different VPNs that are being used. This well-known VPN that all of us know, the Russian government have sanctioned those VPN to be used here in Russia. So it's not possible to use this VPN to navigate. There are some other VPN that works. So, but a lot of VPN have been sanctioned by the Russian government to be used in Russia. So there is a sanctioning going on over the internet in Russia, with Russia and the West. They are getting a lot of different apps from the West, so that if you're in Russia, it will not be possible for you to use this different app. So this is what is going on here in Russia about the sanction, but it is still possible to use this different app by through a VPN. So if you don't know, if you're in Russia, for example, you don't have a VPN that's working, then just comment and I will tell you the VPN that's working right now, that's available for everyone to be used. So that's what I wanted to talk in this video. See you next. Ciao ciao.